Magdi,
Yes, hello, Vitse.
the word tender and tenderness is so touching my deep inner insight. And all these qualities in that direction um, are in a way so unknown in this world. And somehow it's making me whole. If I hear this, I give so much resonance from my whole body, I would say, my whole being. It's such a love affair to touch that direction.
Mhm.
You talk a little bit on this appearance?
Well, whatever resonates, deeply within us, not at the mind level, but at the heart level, uh, is it touches us because it relates to consciousness, it relates to reality, it relates to the qualities or the attributes of consciousness, like like love, understanding, listening, compassion, the open heart. Whatever touches you deeply touches all of us. There are some universal qualities that we all share, we all recognize. An act of kindness, which has no personal goal, it's just an act of kindness, an act of generosity. There is an inner recognition that that this is it anyway. This is generosity, to be non-judgmental when we are non-judgmental in relationship with others is something that is communicated, something really beyond the words. Certain things don't need explanation. We understand them directly, because we all share the same reality. So this inner recognition is we all share that. The recognition of that which is harmonious, which is in sync with truth. We don't need much explanation about that. We recognize it deeply within our being.
It is touching the known and the unknown, I would say. And the unknown we are not so used to, but it's just as a simple statement.
Mhm. There is very little we know. Most of our experience is unknown. Not knowing is more, it's more our experience than knowing. In other words, the human mind is minuscule in comparison to God's mind. The human mind is like a walnut God's mind is like the universe. The human mind is knowledge, what we know. And at the same time, there is nothing that we don't know, but not at the mind level, at a different level, which cannot be described or cannot be grasped by the mind. The knowingness of being, that's like universal being, knows itself and knows it is. This sort of knowingness is not at the mind level. It's not in the walnut. It's beyond. You see? Love is not personal, it's universal. It's beyond. We cannot describe it in words. We know it experientially. When the veils of separation are lifted, then we know universal love experientially. But we don't know it at the mind level, at the personal level. We know it at the cosmic level. Most of our knowledge about truth, about reality, is at the universal level, at the cosmic level, not at the personal level. Because the personal level is fiction. That there is a person is fiction, and the personal mind, meaning the limited, the mind that is perception within a particular body mind, like Magdi or Vitse, that's limited. This instrument is just a teeny tiny pinhole. But the knowingness of love or reality of truth is not a perception via a particular instrument. It is what is referred to as an apperception. It is a perception which is not of the mind. Apperception is a term that was introduced, at least as far as we know, by the scientist David Bohm in his conversations with Jiddu Krishnamurti. I think Jean Klein also used the term apperception to refer to this knowingness which is not via the mind. It's a knowingness which is via consciousness. Like a gratitude also, and appreciation and gratitude are universal aspects of consciousness. And we don't need to explain it. We know it at the level, at the cosmic level, at the universal level. So we invite ourselves to relax the mind and not to rely too much on the mind in our contemplation. We rely on the unknown. We turn our attention to the invisible reality. That which is not visible to the senses, that which perceives, that which is and knows it is, which is I. So the contemplation is a contemplation of I, not of me as somebody, because me as somebody is a mental process. The contemplation of I is not a mental process. It's a cosmic process. meditation. So we are more not knowing. When you are not knowing, in the sense that I'm speaking about it, you know that you are, and you know that consciousness is, because that is what you are. But you're not knowing of what it is. So you're not defining. You don't define yourself. You don't define consciousness. Because that would be minimizing consciousness. That would be reducing consciousness. But you don't reduce God, right? So we don't reduce consciousness.
Thanks for sharing all and everything, Magdi. Thank you.
Okay, Vitse.